In today's lesson, we learn about technology. Why the internet corrupts your soul.
God, you porn, I love you.
Why no one cares about your tweet.
Really don't care that you had coffee.
And why no one looks like their picture.
Oh my God, it's the hottest girl ever. She comes up and she's like some cyborg.
So pull up to your desks. It's time for Latino 101. I suggest you take a ride on the information superhighway, amigos.
Technology.
What? It's the internet. What else is there?
At the rate we're going where everything is virtual, they just move the media from TV to computer.
Internet is very useful. It's like the knife. You can use it to kill, you can use it to survive.
I think it's really helped Latinos, and I think it's really progressive.
Latinos are completely benefiting from the internet.
So much more access to much more information.
It's like 90% porn online.
But it's fun, trust me. Nobody even knows, huh? Híjole. God, you porn, I love you.
Back in the day, kids, when they had card files and Rolodexes and reference librarians, there wasn't any of that fancy internets, okay? That was a long time ago. Used to do it by hand.
I'm really sick of all those search engines where I always get something that I don't want to get, you know? And the other day I'm trying to make a nice meal for my boyfriend. All I'm saying is never look up toss salad recipes.
You want to know something? Google it. You want to see something? Google it. But know that Jesus is watching.
Right there,
I want to come up with my own search engine. It's going to be for Jewish people, and it's going to be Kugel. Yeah.
So, is it common for Latinos to use the internet like everyone else?
If they can communicate online as fast as they do off, we all in trouble, babe.
What I wonder is, since the internet is called the information superhighway, do Latinos sit at the computer lower? Is that how they surf? That's not good for your spine.
Offline is... So can you imagine online?
We're gonna have a future generation of Latinos that just don't walk correctly and have a lot of back pain.
right there, nobody even knows.
Download on the download. Downloading from the internet. Be careful, the first one is always free.
Downloading music can be addicting.
If there are shortcuts to anything where you can just click it and find it, click.
It's like a crack dealer. Come on, baby, just give me one more song, one more MP3. Come on, come on, come on. I'll suck your LCD, baby. Come on, just give me one more. Give me an iTunes. Come on.
Right there,
Click.
Hey, Latinos, get your grammar on.
What there needs to be is a spell check that says, hey, are you Latino? And then it goes into Latino mode, and it can make corrections for you much quicker.
I don't think so.
Click.
Social networking sites like MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter let Latinos air out all their business.
And there's all kind of technologies, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter. I don't have the patience to do MySpace, Twitter, or Facebook.
Every time somebody joins MySpace, a stalker grows a set of wings. It's kind of like every time you masturbate, a kitten or a baby dies. Just do it if you really have to.
I don't need my parents, airing their stuff on MySpace, because, well, they're dead, and that's really creepy.
Glitter graphics? Yes, of course. Who doesn't pimp their MySpace? I do it all the time to attract the, younger generation. I'm only 40.
First of all, I made my kids on MySpace. My daughter added me as a friend. I said, hey, she looks familiar. I'll add her. She leaves me comments, Daddy, we didn't get the child support. I comment back, I love you, but I'm gonna block you.
I swear, every day, there's this cat, that puts, I love you on my MySpace, and I take it as a compliment, but it's like every day, and when I look on his profile, this is a little crazy, so I'm like, okay, don't hurt me, okay?
I do MySpace. I used to when MySpace was the hype.
It's not MySpace anymore. It should be called Cholo Space.
Bandana like this,
They are everywhere.
Most of them don't have their own space. They live with their aunt, their mother, their grandmother. They've got this little place that they call their own.
Switching from MySpace to Facebook, it's like moving to a new neighborhood, a nicer one. But you miss the hood rats, you know, the down like that. I miss you. Oh my God, Lolita 69. Come this way. I know there's not a lot of cholos on Facebook, but come on, it's because you need to learn how to read over there.
You know what I like about Facebook? They let you write on people's walls. Really, what's so new about that? Cholo's been doing that for years, brother. Come on, we came up with that.
I think Facebook probably knows more about me than I know about me.
I don't know who has the time to do this. You got to be updating your status, you know, cocktails, people sending you cocktails. And this is people, they wouldn't buy you a drink in real life, but they're sending you cocktails.
And people gotta stop updating their Facebook too much. Like, unless you're Indiana Jones, your life is not that exciting.
I always put quotes. I don't really put, like, let people know what I'm doing.
I just read one of my favorite books 5 minutes ago. Last night, I just finished eating a sandwich 2 minutes ago.
And sometimes I go, how about my ass just now?
I'm at a restaurant. I ordered food. I went to the bathroom. I'm back at the table. A guy wrote back, why didn't you wash your hands?
I just finished telling the guys to go off 10 minutes ago. Everybody on MySpace can eat a. I did that about 1 minute ago.
Most Latino men use Facebook and MySpace to hit up chicks.
You can set your marital status on Facebook anything you want, single, divorced. But if you're my girlfriend or my wife, it's a little complicated.
It's just I get a lot of dudes like hitting me up on MySpace. I'm like, for real, homie?
I use the excuse to tell my girlfriend that it's because I'm trying to network and make connections, but really I'm just trying to make a collection of ladies.
I'm a Facebooker. I like to poke people.
I've gotten poked, but I think that means someone's trying to get your attention on Facebook, right?
I poked your mother, I poked your sister, I poked all of them.
What is that? What is poking? I'm like, poke me on Facebook? What?
I tagged that ass.
Poking you? Why are they poking you? How is that appropriate internet social behavior? In real life, it's annoying. Nobody pokes me twice in real life.
Like, I had to go offline on Facebook because all my friends from high school, every time I get off, like, I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't want to talk to you about your kids and stuff. And why are you so fat?
Tweet. The Twitter.
Tweeteando.
Add me, follow me, just join.
I won't tweet, no. Tweet.
I have to update right now, you know.
Twitter. Are you on Twitter? Twitter, it's over. It's too late. We're on to gibberish now.
Twitter is the noise that Mexican workers make when a pretty girl passes by. Hija. Hija. Hey, hija.
No. I don't Twitter. No, I will not tweet. I will refuse to tell people when I'm going to the restroom. I'll let you know about my chronics online. I'll tell you all about that stuff. I had a dragon come out of me the other day.
Sometimes it's just like, you feel like a loser when you're on there because it's all about numbers and collecting people. How many followers do you have? How many people do you have? How many friends? You were poked, you were stuck. Someone poked you and tagged you and stuck you and pinched you and tweaked you and tweaked you and flicked you and damn it.
I know Twitter. Twitter, you know what it is? I don't want strangers stalking me and twittering me in the middle of the afternoon. I don't want that. Are you showering? Where are you? Are you in the bathroom? Or are you washing your feet? Are you doing your toenails? I'll pay you $80 for your toenails. It's creepy. I'm not into that.
No, it wouldn't be more interesting if the tweets were in Spanish because they'd be longer. If they're in Spanish, then it's gonna be like a whole novela. Ay, por Dios. I win. No, I'm not gonna even get into it because it'll be like an hour, so forget it.
Twitter is actually great because you could use it as an alibi. So when your girl's like, where were you? Hey, 342, right there. I was looking at pictures of my girlfriend. See, it's on Twitter. They should have a service where a guy actually just Twitters for you. Hey, here, you know, being faithful, looking at pictures, or, you know, watching The Notebook.
In the morning, when I wake up, it's just the first thing I do, I Twitter.
Twitter was something I tried to hide from my mom in the bathroom. You know what I mean? I was getting older, man. I had to Twitter.
My girlfriend once walked in and saw me Twittering, and I told her, don't just stand there, help me out.
You really gotta explain your full Twitter.
Oh, you mean, oh, yeah, I do that too.
Now that you twitted on your space and my face, learn how Latinos are using technologia to find el amor. Don't cut class. Latino 101 will be right back. Some Latinos are using the internet to find Mr. or Mrs. Right. Well, at least Mr. and Mrs. Right now.
No, I've never hooked up online. It gives me the willies.
One of my aunts got married to this dude online dating, and they're still going strong.
It's weird that when you meet a person on MySpace or anything because you meet them at that spot, where you at? I'm the one with a red shirt. Really? Because there's this big person over there. Are you that person? Yeah, I'm the other fat person too then.
See, I don't understand having to go to Craigslist to get a man. You know, ladies, you don't have to do that. Honestly, all you have to do is, you know, go to a club and say you, and they'll follow you. That's, you know, men are that simple.
I was actually cyber engaged, and I wouldn't have cyber sex until we were cyber married, and he wouldn't cyber marry me, so I cyber broke up with him.
I've never tried it because I've heard wonderful stories from it, but yeah, I've heard tragedies from it.
One guy I met looked like Harry Potter, and I completely had like this fantasy thing online because he looked like Harry Potter to me, and I was like, oh, and I didn't do anything with him in person, but online it was awesome. Oh my, there was so much, and it was so magical. It was beautiful, and then I saw him in person, and I was like, no.
In the world of internet dating, some people are uglier than Betty. You don't look like your picture.
You know, you'll see some of these girls, you're like, oh my God, it's the hottest girl ever. And she comes up and she's like some cyborg.
But listen, if you're fat, take a picture of your face. I've seen you gorditas, just like, that's all. There you go.
It's never like an actual shot. It's always the girls like from an angle or like she's like underwater and you can't tell if it's a hot girl or like Aquaman.
And then you trick us, huh? You trick us. You put a bunch of other gorditas next to you and you're like, ¿cuál de las gorditas es? Oh my God, geez, I have to pick one of these.
Hey, girl. They take a picture of them next to their ugliest friend ever, which makes them look so much hotter. And it's always the same ugly friend in the picture. You know, I think they just hire her for the actual photo shoot.
If you're ugly, I'm sorry, you're just screwed, man. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how much you work out, you'll still be ugly. Me, I lose weight. I look like Oscar de la Hoya, okay? Ahorita I just look like La Hoya.
I mean, there's some pictures that you do, but that's it.
Anytime I get, you know, on Facebook, it'll always be something naked. You know what I'm saying? And I go, man, this is weird. I'll save it.
Like, you go to someone's page accidentally, and it's like this 15-year-old girl who's like naked, like in a thong, and you're like, I should not be looking at this twice.
I can't do the video chat. There's no way. I'm like, no, I'm not without hair and makeup.
No more pictures of you guys with your shirts off. No more pictures of girls that see de grande.
And now it's time for Learning Espanol with Godfrey, the world's premier African-American Spanish language instructor. And today's words are big ass. Grande! Gracias, Godfrey.
I'm always afraid when I go out in public because I'm sure something I do is gonna end up on YouTube.
When anybody gets hit in the balls, it always ends up in YouTube. I'm always on YouTube getting hit in the balls.
Parents, there are girls out there dancing on YouTube, and that's just wrong. And I'm making sure that I watch all these videos because I don't want to see any of my family doing it. So I'm like watching these videos constantly, and they're like reggaetoneando and perreando. Parents, get a grip of your kids.
Blackberries. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the email.
Blackberries, we like to pick them, we like to talk on them.
Everybody has their BlackBerry. Like at dinner, it's right there. In the shower, it's right there. When you're blow drying your hair, it's right there. When you're at work, it's right there.
Like you're there every day, now we're at dinner, you look next to you, everybody's like...
It's sad, dude.
I don't use a BlackBerry. I don't get the whole BlackBerry thing. It's too much work for me. I have OCD. I can't do 50 things at one time. Especially when you call in booty calls, you don't want to have to do this and do this. It's too much work.
My mom has no idea how to use an iPhone. I mean, she tried calling me once, couldn't reach me, but got a perfect score in Tetris.
What? Cell phones? Of course everybody changes to cell phones. We got the, ringtones. Dude, come on, man. That sets you for who you are. That's why my ringtone has Vicente Fernandez. Because as soon as it rings, oh, that's it. Every cholo in the room can't stop crying.
I lost my phone, and I swear I damn near almost didn't know my madrecita's number. So I think it kind of showed me like, oh my God, we're so dependent on this technology.
I get nothing done with my BlackBerry. Because you end up texting somebody 14 times when you could have had a 1-minute conversation. You could have just had a conversation and said, no, I don't want to see the new Sandra Bullock movie. You're done.
Sexting.
Oh, yeah, I've had sex text. It's cool, man.
You ever sex to the wrong person? I don't want to give away the ending, but someone got pregnant.
It's lots of fun, to like sex texts. You go back and forth, but then, then it's a mess. You gotta reach your phone out of your...
I've done it. I have done it. I just stopped because I was sending naked pictures of myself to my girlfriend, and she sent some of hers back to me. I didn't use that phone anymore, so I gave it to my brother. When my brother found the naked pictures on my phone, he's like, I didn't look at him. I saw you, bro. He's like, of course, I would have looked at him.
Find out how technology has made Latino's life easier and lazier when Latino 101 resumes. Don't cut class. We'll be right back. Besides phones and computers, Latinos embrace other types of technology as well.
I love the self-checkout.
I have used the self-checkout.
Because that way you can steal easier.
You just made it too easy for us. Come on, like my EBT card's gonna work. I'm stealing stuff.
It's usually really easy to get away with beer because, you're like, oh, this is heavy. And you just kind of put it on the ground and then you just kind of kick it along. Yeah.
Hey, you, take your filthy hands off your joystick and find a significant other.
Video games are so addictive. You know why? Because they let you live out all those dreams that you're too fat and lazy to pursue.
Like, why go all the way to the gym and work out when you could just thumb it up, X, Y, X, up, down, or you could just marry a rich guy and get lipo. That's another choice.
Latinos never play War of Warcraft. If we wanted to watch busty elves or little midgets or whatever, we would just watch Spanish television.
Some technological gadgets will not be on this year's must-have list.
All technology will never make a comeback. You're not gonna go hiking and see some guy, carrying a big old, a boom box.
8-track, those big ass 8-track things that you could carry. You only could carry like 2 because they fit in your pocket, only 2 of them. And now you could just put 30,000 songs on an iPod.
This generation is too techy, they're lazy. Even the lollipops make them lazy. You seen that? They don't even lick the lollipop. They just press a button. Oh, what is that?
When the DVD player came out, it was embarrassing to own a VCR.
A beeper is a phone you couldn't answer.
Laptops are so much sexier than computers. It makes porn portable. Right there,
I don't have time to lick it.
TiVo, digital video recording.
Going through somebody's TiVo can tell you a lot about that person. Mainly, they're lonely and they watch way too much Spanish television. Really, Don Francisco? 14 episodes, bro. They only make 12 a year.
I TiVo Desperate Housewives all the time. Does that make me less of a man? No. I like my cougars on standby.
Blogging, writing that no one reads. Blog you.
I do blog. I have a website.
Anybody can have a blog. I mean, you can just write anything you want on the internet. Anything I write, anybody will believe.
I mean, you have to roll with the times, right? A lot of strong opinions by Latinos in blogging.
News, politics, it's just an entertainment kind of forum.
What it does for me as an artist, it's a great vehicle to have that, connection.
Latinos have not fully realized the power of the internet.
I knew that I was gonna lose my job eventually because when I'd leave the LA Times and I'd see a homeless man sleeping on the corner there, I actually saw him using one of my articles as a blanket and that's when I knew that blogging was gonna ruin my career.
I got out before the blogging. I knew there wasn't much time left in the whole journalism thing, so the fact that the internet has killed it really didn't affect me all that much.
And now it's time for a pop quiz. You're told you play too many video games. What should you do? A, quit, B, continue, or C, realize you're a loser who has no friends. We'll have the answer when Latino 101 returns. Pop quiz question was, you're told you play too many video games. What should you do? A, quit, B, continue, or C, realize you're a loser who has no friends. The answer is C, realize you're a loser who has no friends. Now let's get back to class. So is technology helpful?
The technology is different. If you look at from 1970 to 1990, let's say, 20 years, you don't really see, you see some difference, but not as much. But if you look at 1990 to now, which is almost 20 years later, it's like it's gone 200 years into the future.
It will come a time in which we will stop interacting because we will miss the thing that makes us human, which is the human touch, the human contact, and the interpersonal connections. And that is something that you cannot transmit through any electronic media. It can only be transmitted by the presence. So sooner or later, we will realize that technology is great, but being human entails being present.
In fact, new technology has to go away. You know, we need to get back to lanterns and campfires.
I have an idea. We should just change it for what it really is. We should just call it .com. It would be easier way to talk to people. Like, do you guys, if so, me as a friend. I'll send you a request, send me an instant all night, you know? I think it might be a little too much. I think the name, we'll call it like maybe face or Mike. You know what? We'll just call it Space. A place for. And when you're done, you just.